What's good, guys? We are here to talk about the preview of Liverpool versus Newcastle. So this is an 8 o'clock kickoff, as you can see on this space here. This is basically the news of the head-to-head. And this is going to be a very good game. The win probability for Liverpool-Newcastle, 67% is favoured to Liverpool and 15% is favoured to Newcastle. 18% is favoured of a draw. But in my own eyes, I can see this game being a really good game. Newcastle, they've lost a couple of games, but I think they're starting to hit form again. I believe they lost to Nottingham Forest last week, and then they lost to Luton Town. So they have been losing games, but if I can recall, they beat Fulham 3-0 at home. So this game is actually going to be a tough game. Newcastle want to win this game, but Liverpool, as a Liverpool fan, we also want to win this game, because if we win, we stay top of the league and we go 5 points clear of Arsenal, and even better, we go 5 points clear of Manchester City. So we're coming up to the stage where we really need to think about this game and just see ourselves, right, we need to win this game. This is our advantage to push away from Man City and Arsenal, because let's face it, Manchester City, they will hit a run of games where they win back-to-back 3 or 4 wins in a row, where they might be able to catch up to us. So we will need to start grabbing points before Manchester City do. So we need to beat Newcastle today. We've got 2 domestic cup games after this Newcastle game against Arsenal and Fulham in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Then we have Bournemouth. I think we need to win that game just to make sure that we have that 5-point gap when we're going into the Newcastle game. So yes, that is mainly what we're targeting. Here it is, the insights and the pre-match talk. Liverpool have won their last 5 Premier League games against Newcastle, and Newcastle have not been able to really challenge us. Mainly last few games, we beat them, of course, earlier in the season in August. Then last season we did the double over them, and the season before that we did the double over them again. So we have got a very good record against Newcastle United. So as the table stands, let's have a look now. Newcastle are in 9th. Now, what I can recall, Newcastle were actually in 6th, I believe, but then they started to drop points. West Ham, Manchester United, Brighton and Tottenham started to grab points, and they ended up pushing further up. And it does become a little bit close for the top 10, the top half race. Teams from Fulham, Bournemouth, Wolves and Chelsea are all fighting to push on into that European challenge. Mainly, the fact that Wolves are only 3. Is it 3? Yes, it is 3 points. The fact that they're only 3 points off of a Europa Conference League spot is incredible. They've been in good form recently, so I do think this could be a chance for them to see European football again. They saw it with Nuno, and you never know, Gary O'Neill could push them into a European spot. Then we have Brighton. They've been in quite a poor run of games, you could say, but they're back into form, I would say. They beat Tottenham last week. Last week they beat Tottenham on the 28th. They drew to Palace, so that's decent. But then they lost to Arsenal. They drew to Burnley, not the best. But they've been in a little bit of inconsistent form, like Man United, of course. But also Villa, they have been in incredible form. But I have seen that they are starting to dip in form, actually. They've more likely... They lost to Manchester United. They drew against Sheffield United. And in some of their... after the Arsenal game, in the Brentford game, it was a little bit of squeaky bum time at the end where Ollie Watkins scored. It was a really, really close game. And then you looked at the Sheffield United game. They were 1-0 down, and then Zaniolo gets a late goal. So there was a little bit of pressure on them, but then they bounced back against Burnley. They win 3-2. That was a really good result for them to keep them in the title race, I would say. I don't think Unai Emery is mainly focusing on trying to push for title challenges, but I do think that he wants Villa to be in the top 4, so he's doing a really good job there. I think that maybe if Arsenal gave him time back when he was Arsenal manager, he could have done something there. But you never know now. We'll never know. So let's focus back onto the Liverpool-Newcastle game. Of course, this game is going to be TV streamed. I'll post a review video at the end of the game, maybe an hour after. I'll just review how the game was. But in my eyes, we have to win this. I've said it before, but we have to win this. This is our chance to push away from Manchester City and Arsenal. Like Arsenal had the chance to push away from Manchester City when they were 5, 6, 7 points clear at the top last season. So this is our chance. So I believe that Salah might not be able to play in this game. What I've heard is that we won't be able to have him because he's got AFCON. He has to move across to AFCON. And I believe AFCON is starting in a couple, or maybe not even in a couple of weeks. It's probably in a couple of days, to be honest. So he will probably not be able to play in this game. So I wouldn't say it's a big blow because, in my own opinion, Salah hasn't been great in the last few games. So if we can just look back towards Liverpool's last few games, we can just look at his match ratings through all of those games. So first you have Liverpool-Burnley. I watched this game and I wasn't too happy with Salah because he didn't really play as well as he usually does. He got a 4.5, and usually a 4.5 for Salah is pretty poor because Mohamed Salah is no doubt one of our best players. He has been at the club for a while. He has been loved by the fans, but he hasn't done well. I haven't seen a lot from him over the past few weeks. The only time that I can really say yes, he did well was actually against Brentford. Manchester City, he wasn't really into the game. He was pretty quiet, actually. I was surprised because Salah against Manchester City is usually a really tough challenge for Manchester City, but I didn't really see a lot from him in that game. Liverpool lastly played well. He played well in the European game. Fulham, I didn't really see much of him. I don't think he scored, didn't he? No, he didn't score. Although we won, it was a good result. It was a brilliant comeback from us, being 3-2 down. But from that game, I didn't even see anything. From the Sheffield United game, I saw bits of the game. I didn't see the full game because I was actually watching the Villa Manchester City game. And I saw that game. I still didn't think he played well, especially against Palace, because Harvey Elliott came on and he scored straight away. So I think that, yes, he scored, but I still think he didn't really deliver that much in the game. So yes, I think that Salah moving on to AFCON might not be the biggest miss, but I still think we will miss him because he is no doubt one of our best players. Even though he's not really performing the best, he's still one of our best players, because the fact that he hasn't been playing that well, he's still scoring an incredible amount of goals. So I have no doubt we will miss him. But this could be a chance for Cody Gakpo to step up on that right-hand side. Harvey Elliott, I wouldn't mind Jurgen Klopp trying to play Harvey Elliott on the right-hand side like he did before. Back when we were going for the quadruple, he tried to play him there. He tried to play him in that position on the right wing. He tried to use him there when Salah went to AFCON, when Mane went to AFCON. That was Harvey Elliott's chance. But then he got injured against Leeds. That was a big blow for us, because he was no doubt actually one of our best players that season. He was scoring goals. He was playing as a team. He was one of our best players there, and I think he was a key part in why we won the FA Cup and why we won the Carabao Cup, because he was turning up in those games. So yes, I do think that was a big injury, but I think this is his chance. We've got to try and play him against Arsenal and Fulham because Salah won't be there. But I think we should usually mainly play Cody Gakpo or even Diego Jota, because he's just come back from injury, and I wouldn't mind trying him out on the right wing, because right now Diego Jota needs games to build up his confidence again, because he's been out for quite a while, you could say. So I think that we need to mainly play Cody Gakpo and Diego Jota, but we cannot forget that Elliott can play that position as well. So I think that this could be a very good chance to play some other players that we don't usually play. So, the Newcastle game, going back to it because I think I'm coming a little bit off topic here. This game, my prediction, I'm going to say 2-2 actually. I was going to go for a 2-1 victory, but I'm actually going to go for a 2-2 draw, because this will be a tough game, because, like I said, Newcastle, they haven't won a game in a while, so they will want to perform in this game. Players like Isak, Harvey Barnes, Sean Longstaff, Bruno Guimaraes, they will want to perform. Eddie Howe wants a win. He wants a win out of all costs, but coming to Anfield and getting a win is very hard. It's very hard. I don't think anyone's come to Anfield and got a win yet, so that shows that it will be tough for Newcastle. The fans will be loud. They will be loud tonight. A lot of people have been saying, oh yes, Liverpool fans haven't been the loudest lately, and the atmosphere has been pretty poor. This game will be a loud crowd. Liverpool will show that we still have a loud fan base. We still have a good fan base. So yes, I think that this game will be a very good game, because it's it's both sets of fans that are really loud. St James's Park is a really loud stadium, same as Liverpool. So I do think that this game will be pretty loud. The away fans will be up for it, the home fans, of course, and it will be a tricky game for Liverpool. It will be a tricky game. So guys, that was my prediction. That was my preview of the Liverpool-Newcastle game. I hope you like this video. Please subscribe. We're aiming to get to 100 subs by maybe mid-August, and hoping to possibly even get to 500 subs by the end of this possible year. But our main target is 1k. Our main target is 1k. We want to get to 1k. So please like and subscribe. If you like this, please go check all of our other videos, because they're mainly football and gaming generated. But yes, hope you guys have a new year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you. Hope you have a good 2024, and see you guys later.